Hi, Geniusology family. It is me, Corey, and I'm coming to you with our second official video newsletter, but this is going to be our more consistent flow and consistent format of providing you our newsletter. Every month, you receive a monthly newsletter from me, and on top of that, I will also record a video where I talk through the newsletter, give you my thoughts and my perceptions on why I wrote this newsletter this week, and also talk through the update so that we're all on the same page. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and we are currently looking at the edition 16 newsletter for the month of November. So this month we are focusing on resting. There is sleep versus rest. And I don't know about you, but I've been getting a lot of sleep, but not a lot of rest. So this month we are really focusing on something called contemplative practices. These are practices that really help us center ourselves and find our wholeness and our most healthy selves. So this month, that's all we're focusing on, is just really finding activities that help us center, that help us ground ourselves. And those can be a lot of different activities. So we're asking you that you meditate daily. Find time to meditate. That can include praying. It can include journaling, walking, reading. There's so many ways that you can meditate, but we want you to find something that works for you and your family and your scholars. Staying active, working out, and stretching. It releases your endorphins and all those other bodily benefits that help you feel really good. So go out and be active. We know it's getting really cold outside, but hey, it's fine. We can still do all the great things and still stay warm while we're working out. We're also asking that you schedule 1 or 2 20-minute sessions every day of these contemplative practices, right? Being very intentional that every single day we're going to take about 10 minutes to 20 minutes where we're doing this practice to really center ourselves and make sure that we are in alignment with that. And a resource that I'm providing to you all is the contemplative practice tree. So in number 4, if you check out that link by clicking that hyperlink section, you'll see a tree that has all these different practices. Let's actually look at it together while we're here. All right, so I just click on that link and it takes me to this website. So here's the tree of contemplative practices, and the branches are all different categories based on the different practices that you're doing. But then the leaves are the actual practices. So we already talked about some of them, but these are just a few. There's so many more, but these are just a few that I want you to just take a moment, look through them. You might be doing these already, and if so, awesome, keep doing it. But if not, it's just, it's a good way to start. And this also gives you some language to ground and root yourself in whatever practice you're deciding to do. So some really great stuff. We're challenging our scholars and our parents and our families to really dig into contemplative practices, to really make sure that we're all being healthy as we wrap up this year of 2022 and prepare for a really strong start of 2023, and sustain that start throughout the whole year. All right, so continuing with some more updates. We are going to start our gathering of geniuses next Saturday. We have decided based on our surveys that the most popular time and day is going to be every first Saturday of the month. So every single first Saturday is when we have our gathering, and we're going to do 2. We'll do 1 for our lower elementary scholars, where those students who are between 5 to 10. We will see you at 2 p.m. on every first Saturday. And then our scholars who are in middle school and high school, we will see you at 3 p.m. We thought that separating these events into grade bands would make it more relevant to those grade and those scholars. Because if I'm an 8th grader, I don't want to be on a call with the kindergarten student hearing about something that does not apply to me. So we want to be as specific as possible and as relatable as possible. So check out those times. It is going to be Eastern Standard Time. So we have some scholars all over the world. So hopefully these times are a benefit. They're later in the day to give everyone time to wake up and get on. So we are excited. We're starting next Saturday. I cannot wait to see you and to actually have this gathering. I'm so excited about it, and I can't wait to get started. All right, and then some quick updates for our company. One, we always like to put our mission and our vision there to ground our work, because everything that we do is in alignment with that mission and that vision. So please take a moment if you have not and read through that and make sure it's in alignment with what you also believe about yourself, about your scholar, about your family, and about the goals that you have for them. November is a very busy month, as is December. So, it's getting into the holiday season now. So with that being said, I will be doing some traveling to go see some family and to really take care of myself with some self-care. So I'm going to start releasing when I'm going to be out earlier so that we can plan ahead, because I realize that sometimes I forget to do that with everything, but I'm getting better. So we're going to be closed on Wednesday, November 23rd through Sunday, November 26th. So that whole block of time in that later part of that Thanksgiving week, that's where we're going to close down, shut down, and really just reflect and be thankful and all those things. Go see family. So what I'm going to do, because I'm off that whole week, is I'm going to do a full day of tutorials on Monday, November 21st, and Tuesday, November 22nd. Those are going to be full day tutorials where I'm going to be up all day tutoring. And the goal is to either get your scholar in the amount of times they would have been throughout that week or really close to it. I want to see all of my scholars throughout those times. So if you're available, please make sure you mark those down. I plan to reach out to you within the next 2 weeks to schedule those individually so that I can go ahead and get my schedule set. I've used Google Calendar and different things like that before, but there's some confusion with that. So instead, for this time around, I'm going to just reach out to you and get those scheduled so there is no confusion and we're on the same page. All right. And then spring registration for next year, 2023, will open on Monday, December 5th. I am letting you know that date now so that you can start preparing your schedules and start looking at if you like your current times, we can keep those times. If you want to change those times, we can change them. My schedule will be more open because a lot of the obligations and responsibilities that I had this semester will be kind of dwindling down as I'm finishing programs and doing all those things. So I'm excited to have more availability to meet the needs of our scholars in this company. So I'm giving you that date in advance. I will have the link for registration and all those things coming out in the December newsletter, but I want you to have this date locked in so that when that date comes around, you get that email from me saying, hey, spring registration is open. You can go ahead and sign up, and I'm going to go based on who signs up first. So if you want to keep your times, just know those are sacred. I will keep your time, but if you don't, we'll do our best to accommodate and make sure that we can be flexible. All right. And then the last update is our new payment platforms. I have had some issues with PayPal, so we are going to switch platforms, and we are specifically and exclusively only using Zelle, Cash App, and Venmo. These are going to be our preferred 3 payment platforms. Most of our families already use one of the 3 platforms here, but we do have some that still are using PayPal. So with that being said, please let me know which option you prefer. I don't mind. It can be either of the 3 as long as it's one of the 3. And once you let me know, we'll go ahead and get that set up, and we're going to start really using all 3 of those in November. So be ready for that. As you know, payments are due 7 days after you receive your invoice or by the 15th of each month based on whatever preference you have. Sometimes I might send the invoice out late. That's just on me. I might send it out like the 10th of the month or whatnot. So you have 7 days. We'll take it to about the 17th or the 15th. So I'll be better about sending those out around the 1st of the month. But I wanted to give you that update so that you're aware of our payment policy. As you know, we do take payment in advance to make sure that we are prepared to provide the best, most exceptional service to your scholars. And in order for me to do that, I need the resources to buy the things and to get all things that are needed. So that's why we have that policy in place. All right, so that's really it. That's all I have for you. I talk a lot, as you can see, but I wanted to give you time to see my face. I know I work with your kids, and you may not be able to really hear from me or see me, but this will be a new way that you can hear from me and just really hear my thoughts in my heart as we go through the newsletter. I hope you all have a fantastic November. I hope that is prosperous for you. I hope that is restful, and I hope that it's productive. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great month, and I look forward to seeing you and your scholar on the 5th of this month. Bye.